You know, every once in a while in sports, you see something that just shouldn't happen. Today, we're diving into a comeback that was so out of left field, it completely defied logic. This is the story of how the worst team in the NBA looked defeat right in the eye and just refused to blink.
So that's really the big question here, isn't it? How does a team at the absolute bottom of the league pull off a miracle in the final quarter? Because when the Indiana Pacers, and I mean the literal worst team in the league, went up against the Chicago Bulls, that's exactly what went down. It's a story that just shatters all expectations, and honestly, that's what makes it so great.
Okay, so to really get how wild this was, you need to understand the huge gap between these two teams coming into this game. On one side, you've got a pretty solid competitive team, and on the other, well, you've got a team that's hit rock bottom. I mean, the difference here couldn't be more obvious. The Bulls, they were a tough team, hanging right around the .500 mark. And the Pacers? Oh man. They were sitting at 12-36, the worst record in the entire league. On paper, this thing was a done deal before it even started.
And you know, there was a really heartbreaking reason they were struggling so badly. The season before, they were actually looking pretty promising. But then, they lost their superstar, Tyrese Haliburton, to a just devastating Achilles injury. His absence completely tanked their season, sending them straight to the bottom. This team wasn't just losing, their whole spirit was just crushed.
And yeah, as the game got going, the script played out exactly like everyone thought it would. The Bulls, the way better team, just started to methodically build a lead. For Indiana, it was shaping up to be just another long, painful night.
14 points. In the fourth quarter, with a little over 7 minutes left to play, that's a huge deficit. In the NBA, a lead like that this late in the game, it's pretty much always a guaranteed win. The whole situation just looked completely hopeless.
The scoreboard said it all, 101-87. In any arena, that's when you start seeing fans heading for the exits, right? The game was, for all intents and purposes, over. The players were just running out the clock. Or so everybody thought.
But then, something just snapped. Something shifted. Out of absolutely nowhere, the worst team in the NBA just caught fire. What came next was this furious, unbelievable run that would change absolutely everything.
The Pacers just started chipping away. A basket here, a huge defensive stop there. All of a sudden, the Bulls looked totally stunned, completely rattled. It all led up to this one incredible moment. Jay Huff, of all people, drills a massive three-pointer with only 2 minutes left on the clock.
And just like that, the 14-point lead was gone. The game was tied. In just 5 minutes of game time, the impossible had happened. It was a brand new ball game. I mean, absolutely unbelievable.
Okay, so now the whole arena is electric. What looked like a total snooze fest has turned into an absolute dogfight. These final seconds were pure chaos, with both teams just trading punches, desperately trying to land that final knockout blow.
Okay, so with 33 seconds left, Chicago's Nikola Vucevic hits a huge three. Bulls retake the lead. It feels like they might actually escape this thing. But the Pacers answer right back with less than 14 seconds to go. It's all going to come down to one final play.
You know, in these insane, high-pressure moments, heroes are made. And on this night, one player decided to put the entire team on his back in those final critical seconds, Nesmith. First, on offense. With the entire game on the line, he drives hard to the basket, twists his body in midair, and somehow pulls off this incredibly difficult reverse layup. We're talking high skill, high pressure, just pure guts to snatch the lead back with barely any time left. But he wasn't done. Chicago gets one last chance. Coby White drives for what he thinks is the game winner, but Nesmith comes flying out of nowhere. A spectacular, game-saving block with just 2.9 seconds to go. He won it on offense, and then he saved it on defense. What an absolutely legendary sequence. When that final buzzer sounded, you could just feel the disbelief in the building. The NBA's worst team had just pulled off a miraculous comeback against a solid playoff contender, all thanks to a wild fourth-quarter run and one man's heroics.
And there it is, the final score. Pacers win it, 113-110.
And yeah, while Pascal Siakam led the team in scoring, the real story of the night was Nesmith.
He might have only scored 14 points, but boy, did he score the two that mattered most. And then he made the stop that sealed the whole thing.
And get this, here's one last wild detail.
Even though they were the worst team in the league, this was Indiana's third win against the Bulls that season. They were 3-0 against them. Sometimes, for whatever reason, one team just has another team's number, no matter what the standings say.
And all of this leaves us with one final big question. A win this dramatic, this impossible, it's more than just another check in the win column. It can be that spark, that belief, for a team that's completely lost its way. So you just have to wonder, was this the night the Indiana Pacers started to turn their entire season around?